The players of North and South.
Good morning and welcome. We're here at the Otto Bolden Stadium. We're getting ready for match number 10 in the National Elite Youth Program. It's the clash of the unbeatens. Yes, it's the Northern FA up against the Southern FA. This one promises to be a cracker. Good morning, Doc.
Yes, morning to all Trinidad and Tobago and the region and the world, wherever we might be heard or seen. And what we have here today is a classic North-South at this under 13 level, and judging from the players who are going to be on show, it looks like both teams have picked what we have considered to be their better players, starting with their better players for this match. On the North team, I've seen Hippolyte and Warner and Josiah Wilson and Giovanni as well. So Giovanni, Warner as well as Marshall. So I've seen some of the better players for the North team on the pitch, as well as the South team where Hanaway Smart and Malik Khan, some of the players who have impressed us, are in the starting lineup and not coming off of the bench as we had seen in earlier games.
Well, it's really a clash of the Titans here. No team wants to lose. Both teams, though, have put on a display of good football. The Southern team, their last game, they struggled a bit to get past their opponents. And, of course, the North Zone team met an improving Tobago team that put up a fight. So this team here, I think this is going to be very interesting. We're seeing the better player. We're seeing Mason. The stronger players, they are on the pitch. Let's see the result. The man in the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's been one change to the starting lineup. For South, Cornelius Hanaway will wear the number 4.
The referee, the man in the middle, Mr. John Barkley. We've got referee assistant number 1, Melissa Aguilera. Referee assistant number 2, Delicia Roberts. And the fourth official, A. Smith. Remember, it's the NLCB, National Youth Elite Program.
Well, North, we have seen in all the games so far, has had a great organization from very early in the game. South has disappointed a little bit, and they've taken a little time to get into the
Wilson with the early ball across. Just out of the reach. It falls to an early shot there coming on from Hippolyte. So early signs from the Northern Zone team.
Yes, they've started off in every game quite well organized and pushing towards the other team's goal. That's probably a strategy and a tactic of theirs. South has taken a long time to settle down in a couple of the games that they've played.
And off from his lines quickly is the keeper, but he's out of position. Not the best of clearance. He'll get to it first here. Trying to make a pass. Barging into the number 9, that's Kern Smart.
Yeah.
Kern Smart has finished smartly in a number of the games. He came on from the substitute bench last game and was able to help his team get the deciding winner. There we see Wilson, the early ball to Mason. Mason with an opportunity to run. He has a good turn of foot. He got the talented Hathaway for company. It's wasted inside. The early ball just cut out and cleared upfield.
Good coverage by the South team. Hardaway was being beaten for pace coming along the line, and the central defender came across and did his job.
You'll notice in this one, Wilson not starting wider. That's Josiah Wilson. We have instead Tariq Martin starting wider for the North Zone team. There we see the skillful Malik Khan taking it down on his chest. Warner. Nice link up pass there, trying to. That was Rojas. Luke Phillip has shown that he has some pace as well. The keeper comes. Claims.
Yes, little Rojas has didn't start, I don't think, the first game, but has come on in the others and seems to have been doing a very good job.
And that's a shot from Khan. Just over the post.
Yes.
Malik Khan showing vision there.
Yes, he has a vision of a player several years above his age, and he has shown us there that he has an eye for goal and will shoot at a moment's notice.
Dear young Haynes just straying off his line. Well, you will realize that that's one of his tactics. He plays very much like a sweeper keeper.
Yes.
Quickly off his line, but with his not the tallest player, and a giveaway, but it's cleared up field. Mason in the battle. Good skill, turning away from the pressure there. So it's going to be a free kick. Malik Khan will be taking it. And just going out. So the South Zone team coming with some tactical changes. They're playing a much more direct format of football. The game just starting here. It's going to be a corner. We see the big guys coming up from the back. Phillip will be one of the targets, but the ball is just cleared. Not cleared properly, Smart. And it's going to be another corner. So South applying some pressure here to the North Zone team. They're not going to have it all their way.
Well, it's good to see South settling down early in the game as well. So it looks like we're in for a cracker.
Yeah. Jawan Bailey goes across to take this one. He's going to be taking it with the right boot. Just getting a little problem with his run up. Ball is into the area though. Not cleared. And back across. Just over the head of everyone. So Hippolyte gets the opportunity. And there we see the beautiful link-up play. North quickly into attack. Mason with the opportunity to run. He's got a good turn of foot. The early ball across. It drops to Wilson. He has a very intelligent left boot. Teeing up the left boot. Shot into the back of the net. And North takes the early lead. Josiah Wilson puts his team up.
Goal for North.
And everything.
That goal was scored by number 9, Josiah Wilson.
Everything about that goal
So is North
was
1,
excellent.
South nil.
The ball was played out from defense. Hippolyte had played a short ball to his defender, a long ball up into the right side of the field where Mason had prepared himself well to receive it, and then got the ball across, and a defensive mistake, and there was Thomas Wilson, who was there to take a shot, a wicked shot with his left foot that the goalkeeper had no chance.
Well, Wilson has scored a number of beautiful goals with his left boot. Shows that he has a very intelligent left boot, this Josiah Wilson. So South is down early in this one. Let's see how they'll respond. And we're seeing the North team trying to get their passing game going. Hippolyte, skillful. This young player finds Mason. Crowder. And just being cleared up. There we have Martin coming across.
Yes, and what that goal has shown is that if you are properly organized on a field and you have a proper organization and shape, you can move quickly from defense into attack and have a chance on goal within a few seconds, having come from a defensive posture, and with the proper shape and players playing to their position, you can quickly move up the field as the North team did, and scored an excellent goal after coming from defensive pressure.
Yeah, this North Zone team have been one of the better structured teams in the tournament. Spacing is excellent, and that was Warner. The ball through. Mason just getting it first. The keeper just able to come and claim. So keeper Law under some pressure here.
Yes, that ball, that dangerous ball that slips just in behind the defenders and makes them turn and run. Here's another one.
Beautiful ball here. Hippolytus is in. He's going to goal. Hippolytus with a shot. Just going wide. He's looking at the referee. Pounds the ground in disappointment. Young Abdul Hippolytus. Of course, this youngster from your alma mater.
Yes, everybody has been already talking about him at St. Mary's, and they expect him in future to be one of the youngsters who plays for St. Mary's senior team at an early age.
Yes, young Hippolytus plays his school football for St. Mary's College. He also his club football with Maestro. Quickly off his line. Headed on there by Mason. And we're going to see a battle between the number 5 Durrell Young and Hippolytus all morning long. Hippolytus is skillful take. Warner treads the needle. Mason skips past the challenge. Mason is in. Mason, the angle was very narrow. A good save though by the keeper. But here comes Hippolytus. He's got 2 for company. But Phillips wins out. And then gets the corner. The train, sorry.
Yeah, and there we see again the tactic of the midfielders from the North team. They're pushing that ball through in between the wing back and the central defender for either Mason or Hippolytus to take on their defenders and turn them around, and then coming along the byline and either take a shot or across the face of goal.
Yes. The North Zone team, you see them tactically shaped up different today. You see Mr. Ramdu, Kyle Ramdu, he's playing the number 7. He's playing a stopper, going back to help with defensive duties. He's teamed up with Jajam Marshall. We saw last game, Marshall playing on top for a forward position. So as you said, you like to see the players at this age play all the positions or most of the positions, and we're seeing that in the North Zone team that players are being tried in more than one position.
Yes, at this age you have to be able to play multiple positions so that you increase your ability to play at a higher level.
Ball across the area.
When the time comes.
Still not cleared. Jahim. He put it. The spanner. But then he's just ushered out there by Isaiah Thompson. But Hippolytus not afraid to put on the skills and drills. You saw first the Lasco fan, then he went for the spanner. So all the tools he are taking out of the toolkit here this morning.
Yes, the original spanner came from a left-footed player, but Leroy Span, but now the spanner is coming from the right foot of Hippolytus.
Yes, very exciting football on the pitch. Strong challenge, not giving any inches there though. Justin Alcantara, sorry. And it's going to be a throwing for the South team. There we see Malik Khan. He's been a virtual spectator this morning.
Yes, he needs to get more into this game so that he could supply Smart with the type of balls that Smart likes to run with.
Marshall. Rex. Just losing out, but it falls to Hippolytus. Already putting in the dummy there on Young. Philip with the early ball through, but Ramdu is there and bangs it upfield. Hippolytus keeps it in play, and Rex Rojas goes back to Jaja Marshall. Beautiful football all the way across the back. Martin loses out to Thompson. Thompson with the early ball through. The keeper comes out, claims early.
Yes, that's a good interception by the keeper there, because if he didn't, there was a chance of goal for the South team.
Yes, out comes out. Luke Phillip with the early ball. It falls to Smart. Not the cleanest of touches there. And that ball just going out. I think the South team has realized that the keeper, that's Xavion Haynes, not the tallest of keepers, so they're trying from distance. Has not been successful thus far. Martin.
Well, one of the things that we have to start teaching our young keepers at this age, even more so than ever before, is that they have to be able to play like a keeper sweeper and play with their feet. They add a tactical ability at the higher level when they can play with confidence with their feet.
And there you see the beautiful passing game of North. Wilson again skips past the challenge. He's in the area, he squares it across. Hit it. Oh, off the bar. And he would have been offside. No offside call by the referee assistant. A hint of offside there.
Yes, it looked offside, but that was another good build-up from the North team. A very good ball played across. Hippolyte decided to use the inside of his foot, the shorer part of the surface of the foot, but he raised it a little too high. He was leaning back a little bit, and it hit the crossbar.
Mason Young under pressure from the pint-size crowd door. And Rex finds Hippolyte, not the best of touches. The early ball forward, and here comes out Otway. The early ball here by Phillip, and the keeper comes out, claims early, and then he starts the ball. Wilson, I think with the way North is playing, with all the technical staff in the stands, I think Coach Alistair Ramdu making a bit of a statement. He has these youngsters playing good, intelligent football.
Ladies and gentlemen, just for your information, an official live stream of this game is available on WAC 90.1 FM's Facebook page for those of you willing to share it on social media.
Here comes Smart, skips past the challenge. Smart finishes smartly. Kern Smart, what a response!
South scored by number 9, Kern Smart.
What a response by Kurt Smart.
Score is South 1, North 1.
Well, this is what we had expected. A game going back and forth, and the top players from both teams being involved. There we see
ladies and gentlemen, a
Smart
live stream of this event is available on WAC 90.1
Smart using his ability, both his pace and dribbling ability, to get down the right side, cut into the area, and then hit high into the roof of the net, a cracker. So we have a game on our hands, a game of real quality from both teams, and we expect it to continue.
Well, we said so earlier when we saw Kern Smart in the starting lineup as well as Mulikan. Those are the keys for the South Zone team, and there we saw just what Kern Smart can do. He won the ball, skipped past 2 challenges, and banged the ball past the keeper, giving keeper Haynes no chance. Khan. Marshall clears it out, but only as far as Wilson. So the battle of the unbeatens. Both teams yet to lose, but the North Zone team, they have already come from a goal down on 2 occasions to get victory, so they know how to work for their victories. Thompson, he skips past the challenge of Martin, goes past Ramdu, he's in the area, trying to do too much there.
Yes, a cross should have come just before that last attempt at a dribble. He had done the work, all the hard work, and a cross should have come across to give his players a chance on goal.
And a ball aimed at getting Thompson going there. So Malik Kando playing a different position today.
Yes, we expect him to be the main man in the middle. He has to be the one who gets the ball often to create opportunities for his runners up front, Thompson and Smart, so that they can get behind the defenses and get chances on goal.
Here we see Mason, Phillip, Luke Phillip going for a bit of a run.
Yeah, Luke Phillip on the left-hand side has also been a decent midfielder. There he goes again.
Good ball over. Smart. Just put off by the keeper there. And Kern Smart would think that he definitely should have planted that one in the back of the net.
Yes, he should have been more aggressive and more positive going for the ball. And I think he was too wary of the goalkeeper's positioning. And if he had gone after that ball, he would have been first at it.
Yeah. So it's going to be Jaheim Jaja Marshall, the long kick-up field. Good defensive header by Young. And here, Nord getting into their passing game. Rex Rojas. Oh, he was aiming at Giovanni Warner there. Isaiah Thompson, the early ball to the running Smart, but coming back was Wilson. So, you know, as we get closer to the conclusion of this tournament, the outstanding talents, they are continuing to show up consistently most match days. Wilson on the ball, he has been one of them. Martin, Warner, Marshall, Rex Rojas, the early ball to Hippolyte. The pint-sized Crowder, he has been flattened in the midfield.
Yes, I've been most impressed with the North team, how they, when the ball traverses from one side of the field to the next, that all the players seem to be in unison, able to go across into the exact positions that they should be in.
And there we see Hippolyte.
Especially in attack. Defensively, it needs a little work, but in attack, they all seem to know where they should be at any given time.
So it's going to be a free kick. The skipper, he seems like he's going to want to take this one. That's Jaheim Jaja Marshall. He scored 2 streamers in earlier games from just about that position. I think from this distance, he's going to be very effective as well. Because he can kick the ball. Keeper Lunge will have to be on his P's and Q's. In goal for South, Marshall. Let's look at the delivery here. It's high, it's wide. I'm afraid to say it's not very handsome.
One out of the last 5, we have to still say that he has been the best, one of the best free kick people that we've seen in the tournament. And these things happen even in the best of teams.
Yeah. So we see now Matlon Wilson and a good long kick-up field. Rex Rojas in a battle. And their call for the foul was Otway. Not very happy with that call by the referee. Both coaches at the edge of the penalty areas. Concerns look all around. Alcantara, Hippolyte, try to get the early ball in, and it's a bit of a handle ball there. So it's going to be a free kick. The weather conditions very good for football this morning.
Yes, it's not as hot as we've seen in previous Sundays, and a little bit of cloud cover intermittently as well, but we have a nice bright sunshine, and it doesn't look a real threat of of immediate rain.
Yeah, a beautiful breeze blowing as well from east to west. Remember, here at the Otterbolden Stadium, just this week, we had the official sod turning for the home of football.
Yes, I was lucky enough to be there and to be invited, and quite a decent presentation was put on by the TTFA, which included a short film with involving our national team coaches and some of the players, also with an emphasis on the female, women and girl players as well, and CONCACAF official there to add a little officialdom to the proceedings, and it was quite a decent show by the TTFA putting on the sod turning ceremony.
Yeah, and just as we spoke about the weather conditions, there we have a bit of a water break. Of course, the hydration so important for these young players. But back to the Home for Football, I think a very great initiative. After 100 plus years in football, we're finally seeing where Trinidad and Tobago football can have a home. Initially, it's going to be the first stage, a 72-room hotel, together with some fields, 2 flood-litten fields, as well as a beach football area. So a lot going on in football, a lot of activity. If you just look a little further out, we can see the tractors not working this Sunday.
Yes, perhaps a day off for them today. They've been working almost continuously. We saw them working the last Sunday that we were here. One of the things that I was impressed with, I heard about an entertainment center also coming up there, an entertainment center that will be able to bring in revenue so that these facilities can be self-sustaining.
Yeah, definitely. Recently it had the Caribbean and North America volleyball in the velodrome, and the volleyball players who came in, they had to stay in hotels in Cuba. Of course, we thank the sponsors of those restaurants, but when the Home of Football is up and running, we'll be able to, should I say we, but the football will be able to gain that income.
Well, Gordon, you should still say we, because every person who is part of football should be consider themselves to be involved in this effort. The Home of Football is for all of us, and not just a few. It should be for all of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, most definitely. You know, just yesterday, in fact, I want to put on a bit of a boast. Just yesterday, PD Valley Digomat United, we claimed the title in League 2 in the Super League. So we have been doing things as well.
Well, I will add my congratulations, because I know the difficulty that leaders have often in leading teams to successful ventures.
Yes, definitely. And community teams, I think, are the hardest. But at the end of it all, I think...
Gentlemen, a substitution for North. Out, number 20, Theo Provado. In, number 22, Ronaldo Adolphus. Substitution, North.
So we see Ronaldo Adolphus, he takes the pitch. Yes, this youngster hailing from the Digger Martin area, the Bagatelle area to be exact. Plays his school football with Mukura Police. A youngster, I think he has not improved as quickly as we would have liked him to improve. From his early talent, was very talented at the age of 7. I think he was levels above his age group. But this is what the elite program is about.
Particularly for the proud parents interested in sharing this game on social media. It can be found streaming live on WAC 90.1 FM Radio's Facebook page.
Mason finds Adolphus screening off, just earning the foul. And we've seen another tactical change by the North Zone team. We see Hippolyte coming more in field. Adolphus going out wider.
Yes, often the North team has done that, and Hippolyte, he's creative wherever he is, whether it be in wide positions or just behind the main striker, and he can handle himself in that position.
Ball across, easily handled, confidently handled by the keeper. There he uses his whole area, and he will try to get the big guy going on top. That's smart. Alcantara. Mulikana. The early ball through, is he onside? The referee assistant says yes. The early shot easily handled by Haynes, and he bangs it upfield.
Sometimes when
an
you
awful collision there.
Yeah, when you have a water break, it tends to break the fluency of the game, because it's a restart for both teams, and especially the team that may have been on top at the time. May have been reluctant to take a water break, because they might have felt they didn't need it because they were in the driver's seat at the time.
And not trying to get to make a substitution. It seems to be the number 19, Christopher Brooks. Christopher Brooks looking to go on. It looks like Justin Alcantara will be heading off.
Substitution for North. In is number 19, Christopher Brooks. Out, number 6, Justin Alcantara. Substitution, North.
Of course, Christopher Brooks plays his football in the Pro League with Defence Force. His coaching school would be the Sky Coaching School. The keeper comes, claims early. And there we see Mason just running across the keeper. Brooks gets his first touch. Bit of a short pass to Wilson. And the early ball to the speedy Kern Smart. Smart looking to go past Martin. And then he just runs out of real estate.
Yes, again, that ball should have come across just before he took his last dribble. There was at least one man in the area, and another coming not too far behind, and any of those two people should have been looked to be picked out by a cross from Smart. He was corralled where he was and couldn't get a decent dribble to come across again.
I think we have to also consider, though, that Smart, because of his pace, he normally gets down the line before any of his teammates could get into the box. So he probably just forced to either hold up the ball or do a bit too much.
Well, sometimes what he could do is use a different skill. As he reaches the end line and maybe his players are coming later, he can float the ball a little bit, so it takes a few extra seconds to get there.
Yeah, most definitely. Of course, if you're just joining us, you're watching the NLCB National Elite Youth Program. Of course, NLCB partnering with the TTFA to bring this program to life. A beautiful ball through Mason. Mason, no call by the referee. Some of the parents in the stands not too happy with that call, or non-call as the case may be.
Well, we know there's only one man in charge in the middle. Well, man on this occasion, one person in charge.
And there we see it.
And there the person in charge has given, initially, he gave him the signal to continue play, but now has brought it back as the advantage was not accrued.
Yeah, a lot of pulling. Lucky not to get in the referee's card there. That was Tariq Martin pulling on the jersey of Thompson. Mulikana. Beautiful ball across. The keeper comes. Just pushing it wider. So it's going to be a corner for the South Zone team.
Yeah, Malik Khan has a real technique of kicking the ball. That was a full 45 yards, and it went with some degree of pace and effort, and he can really kick the ball well with his right foot.
Yeah, Malik Khan, one of the young talents on display. Of course, he plays his football for Naparima College as well as W Connection in the Youth Pro League. So it's going to be another corner. Malik Khan, earlier this year, he was transferred from Pleasantville Secondary. A huge talent. Early ball across. Headed up in the air. Good skill. Can he get a shot off? In the end, it's a weak shot. Haynes looking to get That's Adolphus going. Warner. Kern Smart looking to go for a run, but he's got about 2 for company. He's got 3 for company now. Kern Smart not afraid to run with that ball.
Yes, I think the North players realized what he is going to do, and they have bunched around him every time recently that he's tried to run with the ball, and it looks like he will have to dribble 2 or 3 at least to be able to get down that right side.
So it's gonna be a corner. Bailey just goes out. So thus far, game that has kept up to its billing. We expected it to be competitive.
Yes, these are 2 good teams. The North team playing in a better structured game, but the South team with the ability to get chances on goal, and with the talent that they have, we always knew that this was going to be a tough game for both teams.
And there we see Thompson up against Hippolyte. Hippolyte putting on his screen. He may be pint size, but he packs a punch.
What I would like to see a little more from the South team is a little more ball possession and organization from the players in the middle of the field, especially, so that we can see some of the remnants of good football.
Rojas, the early ball aimed at Mason, but now he's out of position and up against the speedy Philip. Philip looking to push pass. He's got a good turn of it. Strange that he didn't attempt to go past Rojas there, because he got an intelligent left boot as well. And there the ball just going across easily handled here.
Yeah, and there where he was under pressure, he should have been supported by 1 or 2 players, and everybody stood up looking at him from 15 yards away. He needs to get help, and that is the difference between the North and South teams as they come off from the first half. Support is available for North on all parts of the field.
South 1. We'd like to take this opportunity to make special mention of our special partner, the National Lotteries Control Board, the NLCB. Now let's create benefits. We'd like to thank them so very much for partnering with the TTFA to make the TTFA NLCB National Elite Youth Program possible.
Well, we're going to the break. At the halftime break here, it's North 1, South 1.
And just a reminder for all the parents, feel free to head across to WAC 90.1 FM's Facebook page and share the stream, the live stream of today's match on your page as well. Be a proud parent, support the football. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Otto Bolden Stadium. We're getting ready for the second half in match number 10 in the National Youth Program.
South, out number 1, Hakeem Lange, in number 21, Gerald Thorne.
So Gerald Thorne, the keeper, just getting himself in at the halftime. It was North 1, South 1, a classic North-South encounter. Very interesting game, Dr. Henderson.
Yes, we've seen these North-South games in the past. In the past, show up talent from all parts of the country, and these 2 groups here today are showing us that North and South has a lot of football talent, and we're seeing it being expressed out on the field here this afternoon.
Yes, it was a very interesting, absorbing contest.
Also taking the field for South, number 25, Justin Joseph, who replaces number 17, Joel Deschard. Substitution, South.
Yes, so it was a very interesting first half. 2 contrasting styles. The North Zone team more relying on putting the ball down and knocking it around and build up play. The South Zone more individual talent and direct play. There we have the kickoff. Kern Smart I thought he touched that ball twice there. He played it and then played it again. But it's all in the learning process. And this is going to be an interesting battle here. We see Adolphus mixing it up with Luke. He gets the call. Rex Rojas has come into the team.
Yes, and he's done quite well. Small player, but he's smart player, and he's done his job. He hasn't let his opposing left winger get past him on too many occasions, and he has always slowed things down so that he could get help.
And this is going to be dangerous. Ramdu off his line early, under pressure there from the explosive Kern Smart. He put it. Mason, that's a beautiful ball. Adolphus. Oh, the early ball in. Good defensive tackle. And then the ball just pumped upfield, aimed at Bailey. Bailey turns away from the pressure. Not the best of passes, and intercepted by Wilson. Just cut out there by Young. He bangs it upfield. Philip, he's in a foot race with Rojas. Good sliding tackle. Strong tackle there. Rex Rojas, we just saying that he fitted well into the North Zone team. Didn't start initially, but he's forced his way into the starting lineup.
Yes, and he's playing a very smart right back, using the line as an extra defender and making sure that his player is shuttled along the line.
He put it in a battle with Can. Can wins out, and that ball is played into space. The dangerous Forbes is here. The early ball in. Is he onside?
No, he's offside.
He's definitely would have been offside. So just having straight into the offside position there was Luke Phillip.
The major difference I'm seeing between the North and South in their build-up is that I think the South players, their support players in midfield and coming out of defense, the support players, the distances are a little too far from each other. They should be no more than 7-8 meters apart, and some of them are usually about 10-15 meters, and it's a little difficult to make accurate passes and keep possession.
Yes, the field looks a picture. Earlier today I took a stroll across the field. A bit heavy though. Good work here by Young, the wing back. He skips past the challenge. It's going to be a goal kick. So a good overlapping play there by Darrell Young. So it seems like the South Zone team have come out with attack on their mind.
Yes, and in the first half they were coming at Rojas also, but Rojas stood up to the task, and this half it's going to be a battle for him again.
Good touch by Wilson, the scorer of the goal for the North Zone team. He's back on the ball again. Gets the pass on to Giovanni Warner. One of the early ball aimed at Mason. Mason has a good turn of foot. Good defensive tackle. And this is going to be dangerous. Smart in a foot race. He's going to beat everyone, Tate. But there's a good defensive tackle there by Ramdu, Kyle Ramdu. So Kern Smart still in possession. Link up play. He's onside or he's offside.
Yes, this time I think the defender Ramdu had the advantage. It was on Smart's left foot. If it was on his right foot, I think he probably would have blown past him. He was on his left foot. It gave the defender a chance, and he was able to get in a timely tackle.
There we see the North Zone team getting into their passing routine. Beautiful ball forward. Mason. Warner. Giovanni Warner. Martin. Beautiful football. Just losing out. And Philip able to come away. Route 1 football by the South Zone team.
Yes, too many through passes without collective possession in the middle of the field.
Rex. He loses out here. And Just put out a play there by Jaheim Jaja Marshall.
Yes, I would, as I've said many times, I would like to see a little more possession football from the South team, especially in the middle of the pitch. They're trying to play that penetrative through pass from too deep a position on the field. They need to get into the middle, attacking third of the field before that through pass comes in, heading to goal.
Trying to get a 1-2 going. Good skill here by Molikana coming to life. And then, just as we have been saying, they try to get that ball into Kern Smart. There he is again. Martin wins out though, and then gets the ball wider. This is going to be dangerous because, but it's a good defensive work, beautiful defensive work there by Justin Joseph. I was just going to say that with that amount of room wider there, Wilson would have been definitely on his way to goal.
Yes, he was looking to get on his bike and head down that left wing, but he was sorted by a very good defensive play.
Martin. And there you see Hippolyte just giving that ball away. He's not been his enterprising best this morning, Hippolyte.
Well, I think when they moved him from the wide position, it negated all the penetrative chances that he's had for the North team. And perhaps his coach might be considering shifting him back out into a wide position.
Now, I'm just wondering what's missing in the middle of the pitch for the North Zone team. It's Ramdo. Ramdo normally plays in the middle of the pitch. I'm just not getting that sense of security that you normally get with the North Zone team in the middle of the park. And there's a strong challenge there by Hippolyte. Skipping pass is Luke. And the early ball in. Keeper Haynes just wraps it up. And then he hurriedly gets it out to Wilson. Shot from distance. So Justin Joseph with the early shot there.
One of the things that we've seen from the South players, they're not afraid to use the advantage, the perceived advantage in strength and physical strength at this age. They seem to be a little bigger and stronger than the North players. I'll be interested to see how this goes to the end of this game.
There we see Adolphus turning one way. Beautiful 1-2. Strong challenge. Hippolyte. Looking to take on Molikana. Warner. Still Warner. But Khan wins out. A midfield battle teaming up here between Khan and Warner and Hippolyte. Isaiah Thompson, he'll be looking to get that ball out through to Smart, but Ramdo is back. Rex, he's just bundled over there by Kun Smart.
You just called three names, Hippolyte, Warner and Khan, and I have a sneaky feeling in the future we'll be hearing all three of them playing on the same team.
Yeah, definitely. Nice players. Giovanni Warner, a lot of flair, a lot of flicks and tricks. I think today though we saw a different side to Khan. He was very combative. He showed us in Tobago when he was in a tight game. I think it was with Central. And he went to the back to play defensive.
Yes, to preserve the victory, and he made some timely interceptions as well. He's a player who looks the complete midfielder. He has the ability and technique to play that position, and also has the ability to be a good defensive player as well.
The ball is missed there by Marshall. Thompson in a battle with Brooks. Brooks called for the foul. Christopher Brooks. Khan. Cleared out there by Ramdo. Hippolyte. Brooks. Wilson. Hippolyte. Back to Wilson. Wilson looking to go past his man. Good defensive work there by Justin Joseph though. Martin. Just a poor pass. Ramdu. Joseph trying to get that Forbes going. But Ramdu have been very composed playing the stopper position.
Yes, and he has the ability to play with both feet, and it has shown that he's very comfortable, whether he's in midfield or in defense, and the ability to play on both sides of the ball with both feet has made him a player who we have to consider as one of the better defenders in these units.
Yes. So, very intriguing game here. The battle of the unbeatens living up to its billing. The two top teams in the competition thus far, the Northern FA up against the Southern FA.
And both of them have shown us that they have a degree of mental strength as well. They've come from behind. Both teams have come from behind the Northern team on 2 occasions. And so this game, I think, is going to go down to the wire.
Mason bursting into the area. Mason with a shot. Great save by the substitute keeper, Torn. Getting down. Uses his whole box. Khan putting it wider to Philip. Khan looking to get into advanced position, but still Philip going on a run. Gets it back to Khan. Turning inside on the shot. Easily handled there by keeper Haynes. So Molly Khan showing his intent. Adolphus with some good skill. He's looking for support. Finds Rex Rojas.
Yeah, and they're exactly from the North team what we are talking about in that play, in that pattern of play, that series of plays there. Players coming and supporting shorter distance so that they're easier to find, especially when players are under pressure.
There we saw Wilson in a battle. No team giving any quarters in this one.
No.
The fans in the stands there just shouting out instructions. And it's a beautiful sight to see so many parents having traveled to the Otterbolen Stadium to support their children. This National Elite program sponsored by NLCB.
Yes, and it was good to see parents who even traveled to Tobago to come and support on this occasion their sons, and they will have the chance to support their daughters in the future.
Yes, and I think just about 2 weeks' time, the girls' version of the National Elite program carded to kick off. There we will see the best of the girls. Under 14, I think it's going to be. The early ball. And Jahim Marshall clears it out. Good skill there by Wilson. He has room to run. He loves to run. Here he is bursting. But good defensive work by the defender. But then Wilson looks up. The ball across. Adolphus. And Mason unable to get a shot off there. And Luke Phillip able to come out with the ball.
Well, we had a very good run down the left side. Was that Mason, and a good cross coming across the field, but the defense of the South team didn't leave any holes or give the attacking players any time to be able to play the ball, and they were able to get it out and start their own attack.
It was a nice football there. I think though Adolfo should have tried to shoot instead. He gave it up, passed on the responsibility to Mason, and Mason was just ushered off the ball.
And again we have our water break coming at a time, and this is a good time to give the water break when a player is being treated for an injury on the field, so that not extra time is wasted while the player has been attended to. The players can refresh themselves, get the instructions from the coaches, and get back out in the field.
Well, it's Giovanni Warner who has stayed down, just receiving some assistants. I think that's young Miss Spence, a national footballer herself. As Warner is up, it all seems to be well with him. We see two teams warming up. Yes, the East Zone team coached by none other than the Professor Ron Lafray up against the Eastern counties. We see they are warming at the side of the pitches. But if you're just joining us, you're watching match number 10 in the National Elite Youth Program, sponsored by NLCB. We've got North in green and blue. They're up against the Southern team in yellow and black. The scores thus far: North 1, South 1.
North in number 25, Jackie Lewis. He replaces number 22, Ronaldo Adolphus. Substitution, North.
So a very tense one on here this morning. No team giving any quarters.
And I've noticed that the coaches have not substituted some of their key players in this game as they did freely in the other games that we've watched. They've kept their key players in positions on the field, and so they don't want to lose this one. They will hope that they could continue to show the rest of the under 13 groups that they are the best of the players on the field here today.
Yes, most definitely. You're seeing that especially the North Zone team normally rings out their substitutions, but today the technical director Alistair Ramdu is making no such mistake or consideration. He's kept his best players on the pitch. Beautiful ball to Forbes. The early ball in. He can be dangerous if he gets a shot off here. But good work there by Marshall.
Yes, Marshall covered his right foot and didn't give him a chance to shoot.
Young skips past the challenge. He finds Khan in a dangerous area. Khan with a shot. Oh, into the side netting.
Yes, and that's an area that he'll have to develop. That was a chance on goal if he had the confidence with his left foot to hit it across. It looks like his left foot needs some work. A young player still has a lot of football still to play, and that's an area of technical development that he has to work on.
Yes, a very interesting game. There we see Ramdu showing good skill. The early ball through. Wilson. The fans are already up. They know what to expect with the left boot. It's across the face of the goal. Mason. Hip it with a shot. Just flashing over. Young Abdul Hippodet. Of course, the St. Mary's college student. Showing good skill, good talent. But just leaning back a bit on the shot there, and it sailed over.
Yes, he's been guilty on a couple of occasions of not getting over the ball. One in the first half that hit the crossbar with the inside of his foot. This one, a good instep shot, but again, he's leaning back a little too much, and that's why the ball's rising.
A bit of a problem here, but that ball goes out, so it's going to be a corner.
One of the coaches, my coaches in the past, used to tell me when I was shooting at goal, he said, when you pick your spot and you're going to shoot, keep your head down and your knee over the ball, and the crowd will tell you when you have scored.
I like that coach already. So it's going to be Wilson with the left boot. Good curling ball inside the area. Unable to get it down was Mason, sorry.
And oftentimes if your head stays down and you are looking down at the ball after you've chosen where you're going to hit it, it is very difficult to get it over the crossbar from that position.
Balls find Luke Phillip. He finds Isaiah Thompson. Young. Thompson able to run. Good skill. Ramdu.
Yes, and this is the kind of build-up play that I thought we would see a little more from South. They've done it on one or two occasions, but not enough during the whole match.
Mason finds Wilson in support.
And the North continue to do it continuously.
Brooks loses out. Malik Kana.
Yes, South again, knocking the ball around the field.
And then that early ball aimed at Kern. He's up against the best Northern defender. That's Jaheim Marshall. And Marshall wins out. He was composed, he kept his feet and then just won it. And here North able to start the attack. Wilson. But good defensive work, and the substitute coming on for the Southern team, Justin Joseph, has done an excellent job at right back.
Yes, yeah, we saw two occasions, one with the North defender Marshall, another with Joseph, showing that if you are patient when you're defending and you don't have to dive in, you can often win the ball if you choose the right time to then tackle.
So there we see Smart in a more midfield area. Good football here by the Southern Zone team. Good strong challenge there by Hippolyte. And then Rex he tried to play it in touch. It stayed on the field. And he goes past. But good defensive work by young Rex. Young putting on the moves. What you're beginning to see, you're seeing that the South Zone team have grown in confidence. They're beginning to take on the Northern Zone team. I think the nervous energy is out the window. The butterflies have flown away. And now we're seeing the Eagles.
South in is number 22, Kanye Francis. Out is number 6, Luke Phillip. Substitution, South.
So Luke Phillip just substituted out. And Khan tried. He went for the audacious effort. The angle, not the best of angles, but I guess he's just looking at the height of the North Zone keeper and thinking that he had opportunity to put that ball in the back of the net.
I thought it was a wrong choice at this point in time. I think he should have tried to come across the area with it. One of the things about South in all the games we've seen so far is that they've come on leaps and bounds in the second half. I'm wondering how much that has to do with their better physical size and ability. Not so much ability, but physical size and physical strength at this stage of their development. The North team seems to be a much smaller team, and physical strength and size often take effect as the game goes on.
And we're seeing Hippolyte there, not showing the best of body languages, if that's anything to go by. We're seeing they have moved Ramdo into the midfield area to add some bite, some teeth, because I told you from watching the game, you were realizing that the Southern Zone team had a lot of space in the midfield area. Forbes, and there Forbes choosing the wrong, making the wrong choice there.
Yes, Hippolyte seems to be a better player when he plays in a wider position. He has a little more time and space to view a larger part of the field and be creative from a wide angle.
Well pumped into the air. Rojas. Hippolyte. The early ball aimed at Warner. Hippolyte here battling. The early ball, Warner, is he onside? Warner with the early ball. It falls to Wilson. And you can count it. Beautiful save by the keeper. A beautiful save by the keeper. The substitute keeper, Jarrell Thorne. What a save. Kenny.
Yes, it was an excellent piece of football by the North Zone team. It went wide, and an excellent shot that was beautifully saved and defenders did their job so that no second chance was obtained by the North Zone team.
Yes, a real good opportunity. I think when the ball fell to Wilson, I was prepared to count it, knowing how he's able to finish. So then a chant raising in the stands. Right, it's for you.
Sharon, I'm Leon. Some of them down on that side. You ask if you can send one for them.
Yeah.
So here comes the North Zone team. Mason. He finds Hippolyte.
Yes, Hippolyta has again shown us that his wide positioning gives him an extra degree of flexibility with his creative skills, and he has put the North Zone team into a position where they look like they're pressing again and looking for the deciding goal.
Yeah, so a lot of tactical change, a chess game on the field. Hippolyte, strong challenge there by Thompson. The fans are up calling for a foul, none given by the referee. And here comes Isaiah Thompson, the early ball aimed at Francis, and Francis has Kern Smart across. Thompson, Khan, Brooks just breaking it up, but Thompson has gotten quite influential for his team. The ball across, he's offside. So Isaiah Thompson, he's had a lot of bite to his team going forward.
This game seems poised for a nail-biting finish. It seems that anybody who scores at this point is going to be the winner of the game, and it could come from either side. We've been seeing end-to-end football, not as quite as collective as we saw in the first half. Legs are getting tired, minds are wavering a little bit, but we have not been starved for effort from these players. These players have given all. This is like their World Cup final. This is like their Wembley going on here at the moment.
The ball across. The defender just comes and clears that hand away. He's been silently effective for the South Zone team.
Yes, and he's had a good tournament so far. One of the better players that we've seen in defensive position.
So it's going to be a throwing here. It's going to be taken by Tariq Martin. Trying to thread the needle. Brooks wins out. Ball wider. Wilson can keep it in play. Ball just goes out. So it's going to be a goal kick for the South Zone team. The coaches, both head coaches, have stood at the edge of their areas for all of the match. Ramdo, the early ball, he's offside. So Francis just having straight offside.
Yeah, so the adrenaline is flowing. It's not only flowing out on the field, it's also flowing on the benches as well. And if we see a goal from either team here, I'm sure we're going to see the benches clear with players as well as technical staff and run out to the edge of the field.
So South Zone team starting to build the ball from the back. Good defensive header. Brooks battling, but they lose out. It's aimed at Kana. Good defensive tackle. Anywhere will do. He clears it out for a corner. That was Jakeem Lewis, sorry. Malik Khan there. And we have the substitution about to be made. On comes the number 2. Jesse Hospitalis.
Yes, late in this game we see Malik Khan pushing forward again. I'm sure he's looking for that one opportunity to get past the last defender and get a chance at goal.
In number 2, Jesse Hospitalis. Out, number 23, Rex Rojas. Substitution, no.
Rex Rojas just exited. He put in a good shift. Thompson looking to tee things up. Shot! Just saved by the keeper. Isaiah Thompson shooting from distance. He has definitely come into this game as the game has continued.
Yes, he has been one of the better players that we've seen. We haven't seen him as prominently before as we've seen him in this game, and he's shown that he has the skill and the eye for goal as well.
Good ball here by Forbes. Poor defensive header. Headed out there by Brooks. Young. Warner. Turns inside. The return ball aimed at Wilson, but it's cut out. South able to come forward. Is he onside? Just straying offside. A very, very close call.
And that is what I see that's happening here. They've pushed Malik Khan up on the left-hand side, just looking for him to get a through pass so he could take on that last defender and get the winner.
Cleared up field. Hospitalis. It falls to Warner. Warner pass. Mason. Mason's in the area. Mason with a shot. Oh, brilliant save by the keeper. He thumps the ground, but it's a brilliant save.
The fourth official on the sideline has indicated that a minimum of 2 minutes will be added to the second half.
And the early ball, it's earned that Kern Smart. He's in the area. Skips past the challenge, goes past the keeper. A brilliant save. End-to-end action. Khan.
And what great football we have seen, entertaining football the last couple of minutes.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of this match,
Warner.
the man of the match award.
The early ball. Ball cleared upfield. Hospitalis. Mason. The ball aimed at Hippolyte.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you can look forward to the Player of the Match award ceremony after this game is completed.
Wilson skips past the challenger Forbes.
From the technical team.
Beautiful play here by Hippolyte. Will he get a winner? It's into the back of the net. And guess who gets the winner?
Oh, one more.
Abdul Quadas Hippolyte claims
number 11, Abdul Quadas Hippolyte.
the game.
Score is North 2, South 1.
And the fans in the stands are ecstatic.
What a great finish to this game. We've had end-to-end action for the last 5 minutes. Chances on both ends. 2 chances culminating with outstanding saves from 2 goalkeepers. And then that final situation there where Hippolyte cut in on his left side and then dribbled the last defender and stuck it in the far corner of the net. A goal worthy of any match at any level.
Yes, Abdul Quadas Hippolyte there being the hero for his team. This one looked to be going to a close, tense 1-1 tie, but then Hippolyte able to find, will it be the winner or can Malik Khan get a point for his team? Khan shakes off Hippolyte. Hospitalis and a shot there by Khan. And there we see the tenacity of Malik Khan.
Yes, his left foot on this occasion was a much better shot, and goalkeeper was able to keep it out and not still in the lead.
Well, it's going to be a close call for the man of the match. I think the keepers will have their name in the mix-up. And that's the final whistle at the final whistle in this entertaining encounter. The North wins 2-1.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the final whistle, the score is North 2, South 1. North remains the only unbeaten team in the competition.
So, we got it. Well, that's all for now. We'll have the other game, which is going to be the Eastern FA versus the Eastern Counties.
Player of the match is number 11, Abdul Curtis Hippolyte from the North. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the player of the match, number 11, Abdul Curtis Hippolyte, being presented with its player of the match award by technical director of the TTFA, Mr. Anton Cornell. All right, Abdul, you scored the winning goal today. How are you feeling? What's the experience like?
The game was a little bit hard because we wasn't marking properly in the finals, in the starting of the game, but coming down to the winning, to the ending, we get ourselves together and start working as a team.
All right, so y'all scored first, y'all conceded. What the coach told y'all at halftime in terms of making the changes for the second half?
He told us all we had to do was play our game and we will come out victorious.
All right, well, congratulations on your Player of the Match award and the victory, the only unbeaten team. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Abdul Curtis Hippolyte, Player of the Match in the first game, North versus South. Up next, we have Eastern Counties versus East. More football action right here at the TTFA NLCB National Elite Youth Football Program.
Globally, oh, chimbali, chimbali. Original, them can photocopy, oh.
We never over. You send me love.